I know exactly why you cannot scale to 10 grand a month. In fact, I think this is one of the biggest things that most people struggle with. You see, everybody wants to get to 10 grand a month and they decide to pick on some sort of business model. They think, should I do it with SMMA? Should I start obviously an agency? Should I sell digital products? Should I sell coaching? Should I sell consulting? What is it that I actually should sell? And I'm here to tell you that yes, that is important, but there's actually one step before that you've completely forgot. This one skill that I know that if you master this one skill, you can go from 0 to making like 12.5K in your first like 23 days, like Knox did. He's a 17-year-old that I just basically helped do exactly that. And it's not copywriting, it's not learning sales, it's not starting an agency, it's not building an email list just yet. It's traffic, genuinely. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of people still ask me to this day, Montel, how do I start? Where do I honestly just start, bro? I'm seeing everybody posting screenshots of them making 5 grand in a day, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 100 grand a month. Some people are making like 10 grand plus a day. Like, how do I even just make my first $1,000 online? My first 10 grand online? And I'm here to tell you guys, like, it's easier than what it sounds. The problem is that you're trying to chase all these different business models and these new trends, and it's keeping you stuck. You keep building half bridges. So I'm going to stop teasing with you guys now and literally just break this down. The thing you're missing is traffic. I like to call it leverage, and leverage online, I like to call that digital leverage. And what that basically is your ability to persuade people like I'm doing right now. Like literally, this is a form of digital leverage. That doesn't mean, by the way, you have to become YouTubers. So don't turn the video off, because there's so many forms of digital leverage that you can actually tap into. There's free leverage, there's leverage that you pay for, and there's leverage that you kind of like borrow. So let me explain all three of these and explain why this is actually the real key as to why you can't scale your agency, coaching business, or digital product. You see, when you have leverage, right, it makes the business model unimportant. It's irrelevant. Obviously, you want to have a good business model that allows you the scalability, the time freedom, all that sort of stuff. You can technically get that from an agency, a coaching business, and of course, digital products and consulting and whatnot. So I know that we are all in this marketing game together. So you're either probably trying to start an agency, do coaching, sell digital products, or consulting. And I'm here to tell you, if you learn this one skill, it will help in pretty much all of those areas. In fact, when I think back to my story now, this is actually how I was able to scale each one of those businesses to 6 and multiple 6-figure run rates on all the different occasions that I've started. So I started an agency, did it with that. Started a coaching business, did it with that. Started a digital product, did it with that. Digital product is, if I will, say this to you just transparently, is the most scalable just because it's completely like hands off and whatnot. The point is this though, there is this one skill, and I call it your ability to gain digital leverage in this online space that is going to allow you to get customers, clients, no matter what business model you're in. I want you to think about it. Who do you think's going to win, right, in getting to 10K just in general between these two people? You've got one dude who starts a marketing agency. They both start a marketing agency. Let's just play along with me, humor me for a second. You got two people. They're both starting a marketing agency, and one of them sends out 20 cold outreach per day, 30 cold outreach, 100 cold outreach, 300 cold outreach per day, right? These are cold outreach to people that he does not know. He does that all day, every day for the next year. I'm telling you, I did that for 17 months, got 0 clients, but we'll continue the story. And then there's another marketing agency owner that spends $30 a day on ads. Each day, his CPM is maybe $60. So for every day, he's reaching 500 people. You can easily reverse engineer those maths there. If you're running ads, for example, in an agency to get clients for your own agency, this is a form of buying digital leverage. You're actually buying digital leverage. What I mean by leverage, again, is it's your ability to produce one piece of work that then persuades people digitally, online, on some sort of social media platform or on the internet. And it's a form of selling or persuading somebody to buy your stuff by doing one piece of work, like I said, that gets distributed, and you pay to get it distributed, or you can go the organic way like I'm doing right now. and it gets distributed to thousands of people, hundreds, sometimes even thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of people with one input. That's the key. If you can figure out how to do that for your agency, your coaching business, or your digital product, I am telling you right now, you will make more than 10 grand a month. Not even joking. I literally just put together a brand new sales page that I'm literally just testing. I'm testing 2 different sales pages right now, right? And I'm driving traffic from my Instagram to that particular landing page. I only set the new test up literally not even 12 hours ago. I don't even think it was 12 hours ago. And I posted it on I believe the link was actually in my Instagram bio, so I didn't even really post it, but I drove traffic from Instagram to that particular page. Somebody already bought one of my digital products for $350 times 3. So that's like $1,050 on the first hour of the page going live. Now, that is a form of digital leverage. You see, the difference between you and Iman Gadji, or you and me and Iman Gadji, is the level of leverage we all have. Iman Gadji has way more leverage than most people on this frigging planet. He's obviously killing it. Not to glaze the dude, but he's literally a genius at what he does. Quite literally. Look at the size of his audience. Yes, he went the organic route and the paid route, to be honest with you, but that's a form of leverage. So what I want to do is I want to break down this. If you're broke right now, I need to explain something to you. The reason why you're broke, genuinely, listen carefully to this, is your lack of clicks. That's what it comes down to in this game. You're not getting any clicks. You're not getting no clicks to your book call page. You're not getting enough clicks to your calendar page if you're using Calendly. So you're not getting enough book calls. And because you're not getting enough book calls, you're not closing any clients. It's not your offer. It's not your guarantee. I'm telling you right now, you can come up with an offer and a guarantee in literally 1 hour of brainstorming. I'll give you a guarantee right now. If you're an online coach, I'll guarantee you 6 clients in the next 45 days, or you don't pay. There you go. I've just come up with an offer and a guarantee. That took me literally 2 seconds to do that. So it's stop falling for these gurus when they tell you stuff like, oh, you've got to be amazing at sales. You've got to be amazing at copywriting. Like, what's the point being amazing at copywriting? And what's the point being amazing at building like a sales page, or being amazing at sales, if you're not getting any sales calls or any clicks to that same landing page? Think about it. That's like buying a car. You've got this amazingly built car, Lamborghini, but you've got no fuel in the Lamborghini to make the Lamborghini go. It's almost like buying a gun, but you forget to buy the bullets. Like, let me give you an example. I see this argument online all the time. Sales, being good at sales versus being good at copywriting. Obviously, you need both. Just so you know as well, by the way, if you really want my answer on this, a beginner needs to be very, very good at sales because you just don't have traffic. But long term, copywriting is a more important skill because copywriting is the underlying form of YouTube thumbnails, YouTube social media captions, ads, the actual sales calls that you take. That's copywriting. Everything's copywriting. Everything's just copywriting. The point is this though. I always see a lot of people like get into this argument, and I'm like, you guys are missing the point. There's actually a third thing that you actually need to master first before you can even get good at sales or get good at copy. And I can prove it to you right now. Imagine, right? You hire the greatest copywriter on this planet right now. I don't even know who that would be, but let's say you bring back, I don't know, David Ogilvy, the godfather of advertising and direct response marketing. You hire the best copywriter, right? They write you the best sales page, the best book call funnel for your agency, your coaching business, your digital product, whatever it is that you're selling. If you're getting no clicks to that page, does it really matter? Does it really matter at the end of the day? You could hire the best sales rep on the planet right now. Friggin' the Wolf of Wall Street himself. Jordan, you can have friggin' Jordan Belfort. Not saying that he's the greatest salesperson, but you get a point I'm trying to make. You can literally hire the best sales rep or become the best salesperson you could ever be. But if you're getting no clicks, no traffic, and no booked calls, what is it all for? I think the argument's a little bit redundant because there's an actual layer above it that it's traffic. It's your ability to garner attention, traffic, and persuade people with one piece of work multiple times over without you needing to individually speak to a bunch of people over and over and over and over and over again. Which is why Iman Gadji is so rich. That's why Alex Hormozi is so rich. What these guys do is they have huge followings or they spend lots of money on ads. Obviously, by the way, I'm going to break down just real quick the 3 forms of leverage so you can understand this. First of all, you can borrow leverage. Borrowing leverage would be like using Upwork. Let me give you an example. If you're just starting off with an agency, you can go and borrow Upwork's traffic. Upwork has already garnered the traffic. I just want you to think about this logically. Let's pretend you're starting a short form content agency, but you don't know how to get clients. Instead of doing cold outreach, which sucks, I'm anti cold outreach now. I just genuinely think it keeps people broke. And you're probably broke because you're doing cold outreach. That's why you're watching this video. But listen to this. You can borrow traffic from Upwork. Upwork have already gone out there and they've built a company and they've spent all that money and they've got investors and all that good stuff. And they've built this platform now where it's freelancers on there and there's clients on there. So traffic is already being built over there. So your existing ideal clientele already is on Upwork, for example. You don't own Upwork though. So what you've got to do is you've got to pay a fee to use Upwork's platform where your clients are already hanging out, your potential, future clients. Because there are people on there that want the exact services that you offer. Let's say short form content. There are people out there on Upwork that are saying, look, I want short form content and I'm willing to pay somebody for that. So it's a great business model, by the way, if to the owners and the board of directors at Upwork. The point is this. You will then have to pay Upwork to use their platform so you can borrow their traffic because there's warm leads on there. You see where I'm going with this? That's a form of borrowing traffic. You're borrowing for money. You're borrowing traffic, or technically you're paying for traffic so that you can actually go out onto Upwork and you can pay Upwork for connect so you can apply to somebody's job, for example. And because they're a warm lead, it's going to be easier to close them. So that's you kind of borrowing or paying to play on some traffic. Right? The second form of borrowing traffic would be like leveraging someone else's email list. I believe you call this a joint venture. I learned this from some others back in the day, but what you can do is you can partner up with, let's say your marketing agency is like you help solar companies. Let's say you want to reach out to a bunch of solar companies. Well, what you can do is you can find somebody in the industry that will have a list of either solar companies on their list or a very similar niche, maybe like home remodeling. And what you can do is you can borrow their list and jump on their list. It's better for coaches. Let me explain it in a better way for coaches. So let's pretend that you find somebody that sells a program on mental health, helping them manifest stuff, mental health, fix up their mental health, right? Let's say that they've got a coaching program on that, and on their list, they've got like 10,000 people. Well, those same people that are focused on their mental health, maybe they're into meditation. Maybe you've got a meditation program, or maybe you've got a quit addiction program, or maybe you've even just got a physical health type of program. Well, you can partner with that particular industry leader and leverage their email list to get on that. That's what you call borrowing traffic. So let's pretend I was selling something adjacent to Iman Gaji and he's got like this huge ass email list, right? Well, if I had the right amount of money, I don't think you'd ever sell his audience or whatever, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Not saying that Iman Gaji would ever sell his audience, but what you could do is partner up with somebody like that and blast an email out, tell email to write an email, blast an email out, they click to your landing page, you've just borrowed some traffic. You see what I'm trying to say? It's a bit of a janky explanation, but that's how you would borrow traffic. And the last way to garner traffic is organic traffic. Organic traffic, I believe, is the hottest traffic because it's so natural and they flow to you and they listen to you on their own accord instead of them seeing an ad. But that would be what I'm doing right now. It would be posting content on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever you want to call it. Technically, that's still borrowing traffic because think about it again. Meta, aka Facebook and Instagram, already probably have, unless you're in like a really janky niche with whatever you're trying to sell, they already have garnered that attention. They already have garnered that traffic. Like there's billions of people on Facebook using it monthly. You know what I mean? Billions of users use it worldwide. So your ideal clients are on Facebook and Instagram. If they're not, they're definitely on YouTube as well. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, those 3 platforms, you can pretty much kill it. The problem with the organic route though is that it obviously takes months, if not years, to get enough traffic, to get enough clicks to warrant you getting good at selling or writing sales pages and then bringing on enough clients for you to get to that 10K per month mark. You see what I'm trying to say? It all comes down to clicks. Are you getting clicks? Like, are you genuinely getting clicks? If you are getting clicks, are you getting 300, 400 clicks a day? If the answer is no, then What have you got to do to get 300, 400 clicks a day? Well, let's start smaller. 50 clicks a day. What have you got to do to get 50 clicks a day? Now, let me break this down. There's two ways you can do it in my eyes. Obviously, there's free ways, to borrow traffic, all that good stuff, but it's technically paying or you're doing it for free, right? First way is for free. You can build a personal brand and go that route. It doesn't work for all niches though, I don't think. I think personal brands work very, very well for, well, technically personal brands can work for pretty much most niches. It's just that some niches aren't really receptive to personal brands that much because the industry don't really hang around on social media soaking up videos. For example, if you want to reach Fortune 500 companies, right? I'm pretty sure the CEOs of those Fortune 500 companies don't hang around on Instagram, TikTok, those sorts of things. But if your audience is on TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, well then I would 100% start today with just posting out some very, very rudimentary content just to get you flowing in that realm, depending on what you're selling. Obviously this works for all things. Agency services, that's how I actually got my first ever agency client, by the way. I posted on LinkedIn. It works for coaching services, selling programs, selling digital products, all that sort of stuff. So it does work. It's just that it takes ages. So what's your second way of doing this? The second way of doing this is simply by just paying a platform to have your message distributed to thousands of people per day. Now, the caveat of this is that it obviously costs money. You've got to pay to play. And I've noticed that a lot of business now these days is technically pay to play. Like starting an agency, because the barrier is so low, everybody's trying to do cold outreach. Therefore, cold outreach is becoming less and less and less and less and less effective every single day. Not only that, but there's so many AI tools out there that allow you to just automate and blast a bunch of people that like the average kid who's trying to start the agency stuff they've got access to these tools. So now it's becoming more and more personalized because the AI is getting smarter and whatnot. So people are just so jaded by cold outreach because they know it's probably come from an AI. So it's becoming less and less responsive. Not only that, but everybody and their friggin' grandma has read $100 million offers by Alex Hormozi. So there's another issue with it right there. A lot of saturation. So I've noticed that this game has just become more pay to play as we've gone along. So the second form of getting leverage is paying for it. I highly recommend, and I know that a lot of people don't recommend this, but I recommend you start with paid traffic, if I'm being honest with you. Yes, you will lose a little bit of money, but that's business. That's just life for you. And let me explain why. When you pay for traffic, you can see things working very quickly without you needing to send like a bunch of cold outreach or get disheartened. Number two, it stops you from getting disheartened as well. I've noticed that a lot of people will start an agency, and especially agencies, and they'll do a bunch of cold outreach. They'll get 0 responses, or they'll do a bunch of cold calls and get a lot of rejections to the point where it's like they literally want to quit because it is so ball achingly painful to go through that. There were days when I was waking up, dreading waking up when I first started running the agency stuff and getting into the agency stuff, because I knew I had to go out there and cold call and cold email. And it was just another day of back-to-back rejection. Now, if you got tough skin, you can obviously handle that. But I still think it's much smarter for you, especially in 2024, going into 2025, for you to set up ads, just like how I did with, I'll just throw some screenshots up right now, like Knox, for example, Adam, for example, who else is there that I can think off the top of my head? Gibril, I'll throw him up on there as well. These guys are all setting up one ad that's taking them maybe 4 hours to plan out, like to script out the ad, to then set up the entire funnel, and then have that ad shot by a video actor, aka a user-generated like person. You can actually send over your script to somebody. They record the ad for you. They send it back and say, hey, is this okay? You pay them for their time. I'm like, yeah, this is my ad. So you don't even need to be on camera for this. Because I know that a lot of you guys don't want to build the whole organic YouTube and blah, 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 blah. But you can run ads in it instead. And you don't even need to be on camera for it. You can literally go and hire a user-generated content actor that spends their days literally just being on TikTok all day, every day and recording videos. So that person can now be the person that's, says your script, your ad script, that then gets put onto Facebook. You pay Facebook to then, not boost the post, but it basically pushes it into their algorithm and it shows it to your ideal clients. See what I'm trying to say? So going back to the analogy, there's one person doing cold outreach, another person doing ads. The person that's doing ads is always going to win. And by the way, ads don't actually cost as much as you think. People are booking calls right now in my program, right? For like $30 a call, $20 a call, $50 a call, some up to $100 a call, but they're in a very saturated niche. And even when they're getting in these, these calls, they're very hot and they're closing them. And the craziest thing is like, I'm just seeing you guys sat doing the same old, I call them one-to-one forms of marketing. A one-to-one form of marketing, and I've been talking about this for ages. A form of one-to-one marketing is, you're running an agency, for example, and you want to reach out to 100 businesses. Well, that means you have to individually find 100 businesses manually. Then you have to go and find their contact details manually. And then you have to, or you could use like a scraping tool. But the point is this, you individually send out a message to each person, especially with cold calling. If you want to reach 1,000 businesses in a day, you're gonna have to call 1,000 different numbers and different businesses in a day. Whereas if you run an ad and you buy leverage, you can run one ad and you spend, let's say your CPM, cost per impression, is $60. You spend $60 on that one ad in one day. It gets seen by 1,000 people. You see what I'm trying to say? If your CPM is $20 and you spend that same 60, well then now you've been seen by 3,000 people all in one day whilst you didn't do anything. Which is why I've been able to go from maybe booking at the absolute max after 6 years of posting on YouTube. I think my record was 45 calls booked on my calendar, which is good to say it was free, but that was after 6 years of posting consistently on YouTube. 2 times, sometimes 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. I ran this new way of buying leverage, buying traffic, using what you call a CSL funnel, not a VSL. I don't think VSL convert that well these days. I booked 63 calls in my first 7 days. Yeah, first 7 days. And closed 2 on day 8. Just like that. I then started immediately teaching this. I was thinking maybe it's a fluke. Taught it to a 17-year-old. He went from 0 to 12.5K in 23 days. He actually closed 3 clients in his first 12 days or something like that. First 15 days or whatever it was. Yeah, 3 clients, 9 grand in, 9.5K in 15 days. And then he closed another client like a week after for another 3K, 12.5K in like 23 days. So to summarize this video, you're not broke because of the business model. You're not broke because you don't have enough AI in your friggin' offer. I know everyone's talking about AI right now. You're not broke because of all this other crap. Honestly, what it is it's just genuinely, you don't garner enough clicks. You've not got enough clicks. Not enough people are finding out about your stuff every day. That's the untold secret to getting rich. Iman Gadzhi, yes, he sells programs, but if you put out that same you could take literally Iman Gadzhi's program and just steal it word for word. Would you get sales? The answer is no. Why? Because Iman Gadzhi gets clicks. You don't. I could take a very similar program to Iman Gadzhi. I would probably get sales. We got sale for a digital program literally, was it today or yesterday? I think it was like yesterday or today. Like 1K just came in. I'm a whole rent for a month, just for a digital program. Don't even need to work. You know what I mean? Not only that, but I've got like a bunch of cash sat around. I'm never going to get into that right now. But you see what I'm trying to say? Like I could take the same, like let's say I wanted to just rip Iman Gadzhi's program word for word. I would never do that. It's just an example. Don't clip this and put it on social media and be like, oh my God, Montel, just ripping Iman Gadzhi. No, that's not what I said. But the point is this, I could technically create a program to compete with Iman Gadzhi's program. Obviously, I'm not going to beat the guy because he's just got way more leverage than me. But would I get sales? Yes. So why is it that I would get sales doing that, but you wouldn't? It's because you have no clicks. Nobody knows about you. Nobody trusts you. Nobody likes you online. Not saying this to be horrible, but it's like you're sat in your bedroom thinking cold calls and cold emails are going to save you. It's just not true. It's just not. We're not in 2018 anymore. It's just not true. I actually think cold outreach keeps you broke, poor, miserable, upset, heartbroken. Every single person that I've ever come across that messaging me on Instagram, it's always the same thing. I asked them, what's your offer? You actually have a decent offer. Money back guarantee, everything's there. They've read all the books, man. They've got all the books. The same stuff that you guys are consuming. The Alex Hormozi books, the Sabri Subi books. They've got all the books, man. They understand offers, how to create offers. And it's like they're putting their offers out there via cold outreach and they can't understand why they're not getting any book calls. I'm not even joking. A dude I mentioned on my channel just the other day, the guy's sending, I think it was either 1,500 emails a week. No, a day. Sending about 1,000 emails per day, 5 days a week. So he's sending like 5,000 emails a week. like 20,000 emails a month. I looked at his offer, solid offer, money back guarantee, great case studies, great testimonials. Guess how many meetings he was booking after sending 20,000 individual emails per month? Just guess. The guy was booking 6 meetings max a month. 6 meetings max a month. I booked that while sleep. I booked up that same amount of calls while sleeping for less than $300. Not even joking. It's insane to me. It's insane to me that you guys think that it's your business model. It's not your business model. Stop falling for this shit. You guys, every year, there's a new business model that comes out. IPGA, growth operator, this thing, and this thing. And it's always the same result. You stay broke, and it's always the guy pushing this new business model that actually gets rich. Should I tell you why they get rich? Should I tell you the dirty secret? It's because they get clicks. You click. That's what it is. They're getting rich because they get clicks. You don't get clicks. Stop focusing on the business model and this new trendy thing that's going to come and go. Like, where's everyone's AI automation agencies now? I don't even think I've even heard that term. I've heard AI infrastructures and all this crazy new stuff that's coming around, but it's the same thing. It's going to keep happening. Next year, there'll be another business model. Next year, the year after that is going to be another trendy business model. The year after that is going to be another. The year after that is going to be another trendy business model. And then another trendy business model. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to keep jumping from one business model to another business model to another business model, wondering why it's not working. I'll tell you why it's not working. Again, you're just not getting no traffic. You're getting no clicks, no attention. You've got no leverage. Again, leverage is your ability to persuade multiple people at once to buy your stuff by putting one piece of work in that gets distributed to those people, your ideal clients and customers, on autopilot without you needing to have conversations with each person one-to-one style. See what I'm trying to say? For example, give you a great example. I could put a link right now to booking a call with me below this particular video that will book in calls. I sit down to do this work right now. I get maybe 100 views, 200 views, 300 views on this video, whatever it is. People click that link, they book in. The reason why you can't do that is because you keep changing business models, thinking it's a business model. It's not a business model. It's the fact that you got no traffic. And you guys know this to be true as well. It's just that you don't want to hear the truth, because you know now that means you either are going to have to start building a personal brand to sell your agency services, coaching, digital products, whatever it is that you're selling. Again, the business model is irrelevant, or you're going to have to start paying for traffic or borrowing traffic from elsewhere. But please do, because that is the actual secret to get into 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month, 100 grand a month, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Then obviously you can then change your business model over time to suit the scalability of where you're trying to hit. For example, I don't think agencies are a great business model to scale. I don't think agencies are a great business to scale, but they're a great business to start. And then obviously you want to go into consulting, coaching, digital products as you start building up and getting more and more experienced. You got more cash flow under your belt. You can buy more traffic, that sort of stuff. Seems to be the most common path to get into like $1 million a month, if you ask me. But anyway, what do I know? Long story short though, guys, go get traffic. It's not your business model, it's traffic. It's literally your ability to persuade people at once, multiple times over, without having to speak to individual people over and over and over again, aka digital leverage. That's what it actually is. You've got to build your leverage, guys. But with that being said, guys, you've got to go and build out digital leverage. You've got to build your leverage, is what I always say. It's just as simple as that, guys. It's not your business model. It's not your offer. It's not your niche. Stop all that shit. It's your ability. Like, for example, you could be in the worst niche. Like, I can prove my point right now with this one. I could have just saved yourself like 20 minutes. This is my point. You could literally be in the worst niche, which in my opinion is like doing Facebook ads for e-commerce. That's like the most saturated thing you could ever do. The most saturated thing you could ever do. But if you've got leverage in that industry, in that niche, you won't have problems closing clients. Do you think Alex Hormozi, if he came out with a Facebook ads agency just like you, offered the exact same thing to e-commerce brands, so the exact same niche, do you think he would struggle to get clients? I doubt it. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's all about leverage, guys. So that being said, that is the dirty secret of making money online, if I'm being honest with you. And by the way, it's not about becoming a fake guru or anything like that. It's literally just, you need to garner attention. You can either buy it or you can go organically. So this is the skill that's at the top. And then you can get good at copywriting and good at sales and all this other stuff. Because what's the point in getting good at copywriting if no one even clicks on your page in the first place? What's the point in getting good at copywriting if you've got no emails, nobody on your email list to even open your emails? If you got 100,000 people on your email list, now you're better off writing good copy. You see what I'm trying to say? And even then, you rarely even have to be that great at copy because you can just do a bunch of split tests until you get good at copy. See what I'm trying to say? Anyway, guys, love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be uploading more frequently on here. Just wanted to put this one out there because I just keep seeing the same mistake over again. Anyway, guys, love you. See you guys. Peace.